Scarlet Witch, also known as Wanda Maximoff, is one of the MCU's most powerful characters because she can manipulate telekinesis, telepathy, and reality on a scale that surpasses most heroes. Her abilities originate from a natural affinity for chaos magic that was amplified by the Mind Stone, giving her precision control over matter and minds. She can restrain opponents, dismantle structures, implant visions, and alter perceptions, allowing her to dominate both physical and psychological combat. Wanda's power reaches its highest level when she becomes the Scarlet Witch in WandaVision, where she reshapes the entire town of Westview. This is not illusion, but full reality alteration, changing buildings, timelines, clothing, and even creating children and reconstructing vision. Chaos magic, as described by Agatha Harkness and the Darkhold, identifies Wanda as a being capable of remaking or destroying the universe, placing her far above conventional sorcerers or superpowered individuals. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Wanda demonstrates multiversal level reach through dreamwalking, taking control of alternate versions of herself across realities. She overwhelms Kamartaj's defenses, defeats the Illuminati, and combines raw power, precision, and versatility in ways few characters can match. Her power also scales with emotion, meaning her upper limit is effectively undefined and driven by grief or desperation. These factors establish Wanda as one of the MCU's most dangerous and cosmically significant beings. Sentry, the Void, also known as Robert Reynolds, would be one of the most powerful beings in the MCU if introduced, because his abilities are derived from an unstable form of energy known as the Golden Sentry Serum, a compound said to grant the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. In practice, this gives him strength, speed, and durability on a scale far beyond conventional superhumans. He can fly at extreme velocities, survive catastrophic impacts, exert immeasurable physical force, and recover from injuries that would destroy nearly any other character. His powers function closer to a living energy reactor than a biologically enhanced human, meaning his upper limits are difficult to quantify and can escalate under extreme emotional stress. Where the Sentry becomes uniquely dangerous is the presence of his alternate persona, the Void. The Void is the negative, destructive aspect of his power, manifesting as a separate being or mindset that embodies fear, entropy, and annihilation. While the Sentry represents creation, healing, and protection, the Void represents the opposite, capable of tearing matter apart, generating massive tendrils of dark energy, and overwhelming entire teams of heroes. The more the Sentry uses his abilities or becomes emotionally unstable, the stronger the Void becomes, creating a constant conflict within him that threatens catastrophic destruction if he loses control. Within Marvel's hierarchy, the Sentry-Void duality positions him on a cosmic adjacent level. He is capable of overpowering high-tier heroes, resisting reality warping effects, and causing large-scale devastation with minimal effort. Because the Void cannot be permanently suppressed without suppressing the Sentry himself, the character exists as a paradox, the MCU's strongest potential protector and its most dangerous weapon. This dual nature makes him one of the most volatile and powerful beings in Marvel's universe. Franklin Richards, classified as one of the most powerful potential beings in the MCU, because his abilities center on large-scale reality manipulation, allowing him to reshape matter, energy, timelines, and universal laws at will. Unlike characters who rely on external sources for power, Franklin's abilities are innate, manifesting from birth due to his unique genetic lineage as the child of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. In Marvel lore, this combination produces a mutant whose powers operate on a cosmic scale rather than a biological or elemental one, giving Franklin the capacity to generate energy, create matter, and alter fundamental structures of reality. Franklin's most significant ability is universal level creation. He can form entire pocket universes, rewrite existing realities, and stabilize structures that would normally require cosmic entities to maintain. In practical terms, this means Franklin can craft new worlds, revive extinct species, repair damaged timelines, and alter spatial dimensions. His powers extend beyond simple telekinesis or energy projection. they involve direct control over the fabric of existence, positioning him closer to multiversal tier characters than traditional superpowered individuals. Although Franklin is usually depicted as a child or adolescent, his potential is considered virtually limitless. Even at a young age, he exhibits abilities that rival cosmic beings like Galactus or Eternity, and his power continues to expand as he matures. If introduced into the MCU, Franklin would immediately rank among the highest level reality manipulators, surpassing nearly all established characters in terms of raw potential and universal influence. Captain Marvel, one of the MCU's most physically powerful heroes because her abilities stem from direct exposure to the Space Stone's energy. This grants her a permanent connection to cosmic level power, allowing her to generate, absorb, and manipulate vast amounts of energy. As a result, she possesses immense superhuman strength, extreme durability, and the ability to fire photon blasts capable of destroying armored targets, spacecraft, and large-scale structures. Her energy absorption makes her stronger in active combat, allowing her to convert enemy attacks into more destructive counterstrikes. Her mobility is another defining aspect of her power. Captain Marvel can fly at hypersonic speeds within atmosphere and even faster in space, where she requires no protective gear to survive. This makes her uniquely capable of interstellar travel, rapid deployment across large distances, and engaging threats that operate beyond Earth's boundaries. Her physical strength combined with her energy manipulation also allows her to overpower other enhanced beings, break through reinforced barriers, and withstand multi-directional assault without significant injury. In the broader power hierarchy of the MCU, Captain Marvel's abilities place her near the top due to her blend of raw strength, versatility, and energy-based combat scaling. Characters like Thor or Wanda may surpass her in specialized domains, but her balance of durability, sustained power output, and cosmic level mobility make her one of the most consistently formidable heroes in direct battle. Her performance in large-scale conflicts, such as destroying Sanctuary 2 and overpowering Thanos in close combat, demonstrates that she can engage high-tier threats that challenge entire teams. Wiccan, one of the most powerful emerging magic users in the MCU, because he inherits Wanda Maximoff's innate ability to manipulate reality and channel chaos-based energy. Even in his early manifestations within WandaVision, Wiccan shows signs of telepathy, clairvoyance, and energy perception well beyond typical magical novices. His abilities emerge naturally without formal sorcery training, indicating that his magical potential is intrinsic and not dependent on external artifacts, incantations, or structured spellcasting. Wiccan's powers center on probability manipulation, energy projection, and reality alteration, abilities that parallel Wanda's but operate in a more spell-oriented structure similar to comic interpretations. He can sense emotional or physical disturbances across large distances, generate energy constructs, and manipulate objects through telekinesis. In some instances, he exhibits precognitive flashes, suggesting a developing connection to multiversal or temporal energies, which is rare among young or untrained sorcerers. His magic is intuitive, meaning he can tap into significant power levels without extensive preparation. While Wiccan is young and lacks the experience or emotional control that defines Wanda's later feats, his potential is considered cosmic tier. If he develops abilities similar to his comic counterpart, he could eventually reshape reality on a large scale, perform resurrection, manipulate universal forces, and rival major magical entities. This positions Wiccan as one of the most powerful future characters in the MCU, with abilities likely to expand far beyond typical sorcery as he matures. Lady Death. One of the most powerful conceptual entities in Marvel's hierarchy, because she does not operate as a physical character, but as the cosmic embodiment of death itself. Rather than possessing traditional powers, she represents the fundamental force that governs the end of all biological and cosmic life. This places her far beyond the level of physical heroes or villains. She exists on the same conceptual tier as entities like Eternity, Infinity, and Oblivion, each of whom embodies a fundamental aspect of the universe. As the manifestation of death, she cannot be harmed, destroyed, or meaningfully opposed by physical means, because she is not a corporeal being, but an absolute metaphysical constant. Her influence extends across all realities, timelines, and universes, meaning she is omnipresent wherever life and mortality exist. Beings on the cosmic scale acknowledge her authority, and many powerful characters, including Thanos, have sought her favor because she represents the final boundary none can escape. In some representations, she can communicate, take form, or interact selectively, but these are simply manifestations for the sake of perception. Her true nature exists outside conventional space and time. This means she is not limited by physical constraints, energy systems, or magical structures. She is the underlying principle that all life ultimately returns to. Within the MCU's potential hierarchy, Lady Death would stand at the top because she does not rely on stored power, combat scaling, or emotional states. Her power is fundamental and unchanging, the complete dominion over mortality across the entire cosmos. If introduced into the MCU, she would not function as a traditional character, but as a multiversal force whose presence shapes cosmic balance on a level far beyond any sorcerer, god, or enhanced being. Loki. Loki's power in the MCU comes from a combination of frost giant physiology, Asgardian upbringing, and mastery of sorcery, giving him a hybrid set of abilities that span physical durability, magical versatility, and reality-adjacent manipulation. As a frost giant, Loki possesses enhanced strength, heightened resilience, and the ability to withstand extreme cold. His Asgardian training provides him with centuries of combat experience and knowledge of ancient magic, allowing him to perform illusions, transfiguration, duplication, and energy projection. These abilities make Loki far more than a simple trickster. He is a highly capable battle mage with immense tactical intelligence. Loki's most defining power is his mastery of illusion and shapeshifting. He can create multiple convincing duplicates, alter his appearance, manipulate perceptions, and construct large-scale illusions that can deceive both individuals and entire groups. His magic also extends to energy manipulation, teleportation, and telekinesis, giving him a flexible set of tools for offense, defense, and evasion. When empowered by artifacts like the Scepter or Tesseract, Loki's abilities increase dramatically, allowing him to control minds, open interdimensional portals, and channel destructive energy blasts. In the Loki series, his power expands even further through exposure to the time variance authority and the multiverse. Loki gains direct knowledge of branching timelines, temporal physics, and the mechanics of multiversal instability. Variants of Loki, such as Kid Loki, Classic Loki, and Sylvie, demonstrate that the character's magical ceiling is far higher than previously shown, with Classic Loki producing large-scale illusions capable of recreating Asgard in detail. These examples indicate that Loki's potential rivals high-tier sorcerers and reality manipulators when sufficiently motivated or experienced, making him one of the most adaptively powerful characters in the MCU. Gaia becomes one of the most powerful characters in the MCU after undergoing the complete Super-Skrull infusion in Secret Invasion, which grants her a combined genetic profile containing the abilities of dozens of enhanced individuals. Unlike traditional Skrulls, who can shapeshift but do not gain the abilities of those they mimic, Gaia's modified physiology allows her to access every stored superhuman trait simultaneously. This includes powers from characters such as Captain Marvel, Ghost, Hulk, Extremis, Enhanced Soldiers, Frost Beasts, and several others. As a result, she possesses layered strength, durability, healing, energy projection, and phasing capabilities at a level no single hero naturally achieves. Her strength and durability scale massively due to the cumulative enhancements. With Hulk's gamma-based strength, Extremis regeneration, and Captain Marvel's cosmic energy, Gaia can withstand catastrophic impacts, regenerate from severe damage, and overpower nearly any physical opponent. Her ability to fly, manipulate energy, phase through solid material, and adapt to extreme environments makes her effective in both close quarters combat and long-range engagements. The combination of phasing and super strength alone creates a rare dual threat profile, allowing her to bypass defenses and strike directly at structural or biological weak points. What makes Gaia uniquely powerful is the versatility and instantaneous switching between abilities. She can phase to avoid attacks, solidify with gamma level strength to counterstrike, generate cosmic blasts for ranged conflict, and heal from injuries that would incapacitate most fighters. This adaptability gives her tactical superiority against nearly all single ability opponents. In terms of raw combined power, she is one of the strongest enhanced beings currently active in the MCU, with potential that scales far beyond her initial appearance. And there you have it, the MCU's heaviest hitters, reality breakers, universe shapers, and please don't let them get angry tier threats. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the most overpowered characters Marvel has to offer, make sure to hit that like button before one of them rewrites reality and deletes it. Subscribe for more breakdowns, and drop a comment telling me who you think deserves a spot on this list, just in case I missed a multiversal god hiding in the post-credits scene.